All right, guys. Alleged patch note reaction. I think this is true. It's all kind of out there at this point. A lot of big things to talk about, especially the Iron Fist changes, which I'm sure you guys are tuning in for me to talk about. Let's just go through these one by one. I'm not 100% sure these are accurate, but it looks like it probably will be. So just take it with a grain of salt, but let's operate under the assumption for this video that these are actually accurate. Captain America can now be used mid-leap for shielding, his Living Legend shield ability. His Vibranium energy saw projectile speed increased from 60 to 80, as well as the ricochet speed increased to 150. Just for context, 150 meters a second, that's what Storm's primary fire is in terms of its meters per second travel. So Captain America's damage output is getting pulled up big time. Cap could be really oppressive, man. He can survive for a long time if he gets some lethality, as well as Freedom Charge. Again, his ult is going to get buffed as well at a 2800 charge instead of 3100 on the energy for the ultimate build rate. Sentinel Strike, separated from melee attacks, allowing melee usage during shield throws and team up ability. Essentially, they're just making Cap way more lethal. And you might say, well, Sam, they're increasing his projectile speed, not his lethality. It's but that's how consistent his damage is. He will be more lethal with a better projectile speed. It just is what it is. Airborne melee attacks no longer trigger Super Soldier Slam. So, again, the slam does not get triggered by melee. This allows for him to combo his melee when on top of targets much more, and it just gives him more versatility, which is good. I think they're cleaning up and improving the quality of life with a lot of the designs. People forget about this. Overwatch had to do this as well with many characters. I mean, how many times did Roadhog get changed? How many times did, it go down the list of characters that got QOL changes over the years, and, Marvelrivals is kind of living through that era currently. Doctor Strange, base health reduced by 50, so they're making Strange a little less tanky. He's been dominant on. I think Strange and Mag have been overall the most dominant. They just have the most utility. They do so much. Mostly because Hulk gets banned a lot. Groot, placement range increased from 15 to 18 meters. Okay, so some Groot buffs. All right. Magneto, Iron Volley, projectile damage increased from 30 to 50. His Metallic Curtain consumption increased from 50 a second to 65 a second, and maximum duration reduced from 2 to 1.5 seconds. Okay. I guess that's his shield? Either way, some mag nerfs to his survivability. Again, makes sense. Again, they're so tanky, super strong characters. I wouldn't nerf them more than that, though. I think they're actually kind of fine. Thor, Awakened Rune, shared cooldown removed after duration ends. Interesting. I'm gonna have to try that out. Again, Thor feels like Thor can be very good. He just feels super clunky, right? So if they can reduce the amount of things that are on that shared cooldown, it would help him a lot. These tanks that don't have shields or barriers, they take so much damage, and they're all countered by the same thing. So seeing them get more utility will also help bring down Strange and Mag. They need to be careful, though. I don't think hard nerfing tanks is the answer. I think doing things like that to Thor is the answer, because you want people playing Vanguards. You do. Venom, Frenzied Arrival, knockback adjusted from vertical to inward at 70. Ooh, that is really good. Feast of the Abyss, energy cost. Oh, and they buffed his ult. That's very good on supports because it pulls them in like Moon Knight's Onk, right? But against things like Punisher, you don't want them on top of you to shotgun you. That might be a double-edged sword, especially when you can use this now to set up your ult. It's kind of like original Doomfist slams. When you slam somebody, it pulled them into you in Overwatch, right? This is good. I think Venoms will get more value out of this than not, especially in pub games. So yeah, good. Oh no. Black Widow, magazine capacity increased from 8 to 15. Electroplasma explosion, slow effect on enemies adjusted from 80% to 55%. Now applies 15% vulnerability for 4 seconds. Okay, nothing massive. I get really scared when I see sniper buffs. I know the snipers' win rates are bad, but they probably should be bad because the game is better when they are bad, straight up. A hard poke sniping meta just will not be fun in this game. Now, there are more characters with mobility options to do stuff, but people forget, Black Widow has a very, her stun is OP as fuck against some flankers. It's you can't counter it. I wouldn't buff Widow anymore, and I would give players more time to learn how to play her and see if you absolutely have to. But yeah, see, Hawkeye, the Hawkeye nerfs of season 1, and I didn't talk about this. The season 1 patch was not great. It was very mediocre. They hit DPS well. They hit Hella well, and they hit Hawkeye really well. I think the storm changes were a little too much, but really, with this game and this genre, it's so fickle because If you fuck up one thing, it can break the entire game. And like them buffing Cloak and Dagger the way that they did, that should have gotten adjusted in the first part of the season. It should have been adjusted almost immediately, and it wasn't. And I think that was a huge mistake. But they've now said that they are going to go do that, and you know, we'll get to supports here in a little bit. But Hawkeye, 275 base, blast arrow projectile damage reduced from 20 to 15, spell field damage increased from. I don't even ever use blast arrow. It's a completely useless ability in my opinion. Crescent slash cooldown reduced to 12 seconds. Hunter sight, bow draw speed increase, and damage multiplier increase. They're buffing Hawkeye. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like Hawkeye got, I think Hawkeye got hit the hardest out of every nerf. Hawkeye and Mantis are the two heroes that got hit the most, in my opinion. That makes me nervous for to see on Hawkeye, to be honest. Like I think that these snipers should be very difficult to play in this genre, especially Hawkeye, because he's got his natural one shot, right? Hella damage fall off changed from 70% to 80% at 30 meters. Okay, sure. Now here's where this gets interesting, and these are the Iron Fist changes. All right, I've been thinking about these a lot. I'm not sure if this is the direction that I would have gone, but I do see their vision on this, so I'm gonna have to play it and let you know. I can't really tell you what it's gonna do yet. We'll see. The first, second, and fifth strike damage reduced from 32 to 30. Third and fourth strike damage reduced from 16 to 15. I don't understand why the damage values change at all. Sixth strike damage reduced from 55. So they're reducing his damage. They straight up just reduce the base damage of his main damage. Okay, so his regular punches just do less damage overall. Straight up damage nerf, which is crazy because he already doesn't do any damage. Each hit damage reduced from 19 to 10. Now deals extra damage equal to 1.7% of the opponent's max health. So, against tanks, Iron Fist will actually do more damage now. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's just keep going through this, okay? Harmony Recovery. Bonus health increase from 50 to 150. Now, you can get up to, I think, 400 health. Bonus health now decays at 25 per second after 1 second. Completely useless. Actually, a straight up massive fucking nerf. Like now you have to time your, like this character is all about timing. And now in order to get the bonus HP, you have to perfectly be set up, sit still in front of their fucking team, and get your shields. Why? Like, this is so silly. After 1 second is ridiculous. Like, it's already impossible to time things on this character. This doesn't help him against supports where he already doesn't, like, the best way to get well, hold on a second. We're gonna get to this. Dragon's defense. Bonus health conversion from block damage increased from 150 to 200. So you can get up to 200 health. People already aren't shooting the block. And his base health got increased to 300. So here's their vision. Somebody told me that they were changing it so that you would also get your punch, your block back a second and a half per punch instead of 1 second, which would have been a massive buff. But here's the problem with Iron Fist, okay? My cooldowns, which are awful, are on 15 seconds and 12 seconds on the kick. Cloak and Dagger Bubble is 12 seconds, and it survives a Storm ult. An Iron Fist kick is on a 12-second cooldown. Come on, guys. Their goal is to make him tankier. And if they make him tankier, he will have a better time of getting back to his cooldowns faster. Because again, you've got like 100 extra health in the fight, which means that you can punch maybe once or twice more. I don't see this as a difference maker. Let's do this math real quick. Let's pull up a calculator. It's 275 times 0.017 is the correct number there. Against supports, I'm doing what, dude? This character is gonna suck donkey balls, bruh. I could be wrong, but this is just reduce the fucking cooldown so I can play the game. Like, you know, like that. Like my cooldowns are 15 seconds and 12 seconds. You know, like how am I supposed to be competitive when my main ability, that's melee, is on a 15-second cooldown? Wolverine Shift is on a 12-second cooldown. The only way it ends up being good is if the damage you do to tanks is measurable. But even if the damage you do to tanks is measurable, the best way to get value on Iron Fist is you go on backline, force the support cooldowns on you while the tanks are fighting. You can then kick back into the tanks and quickly kill the tank before the supports can react because you force the support CDs in the backline. Having him do less damage for sustain without helping him with his cooldowns at all and just saying, oh yeah, you've got to sustain on your own, And by the way, your health is going to decay at 25 per second after 1 second. So now you have to perfectly time your harmony recovery. And if you don't, you lose your engage altogether. You lose the bonus you get in the engage. I see the vision here, but I think they're overcomplicating this. And I know I've spent a lot of time on Iron Fist because he's my most played character, right? So this is what people want to see me talk about. What about a 600 HP target? Let's do this math now, okay? Times 0.017. 10. So I'm doing the same fucking damage as I was before. Unplayable is my gut instinct. I think this is going to be worse. What a miss. What a miss. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But the more I think about this, it's like, brother, I can still fucking pick Namor, go flank with a Luna Snow, drop 2 turrets, and instantly one-shot combo a support. And you're telling me that we have to do all this shit to Iron Fist while, like, Namor can do this shit? This ain't it. He needs cooldown buffs. He just need, like, two seconds off both his cooldowns, start the block at 13 seconds, start the kick at 10, and then he's fine. Then it's fine. But this, man, after running the numbers on this, I am not excited at all. All right, well, I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna give it a whirl. Iron Man Unibeam damage buff. Wow, okay. It's scary to do this because Gamma is really good, right? But without Gamma, I think Iron Man actually could use some buffs, so I'm okay with giving him some more lethality. Magic, Demons damage reduced from 80. Okay, yeah, this needed to get nerfed. Dark Child. So they're buffing Magic's ult, but nerfing some of the damage on Demon Rage. Okay. This is what's so crazy to me. Magic has one of the highest win rates and a higher pick rate than Iron Fist at high level play. How the fuck is she getting buffed more than Iron Fist is? I think the answer is that they're trying to figure out Iron Fist's identity, which is hard. And listen, if anybody at NetEase wants to talk Iron Fist, I'm here. Like, I played this character at One Above All last season, and I'm C1 right now with like a 70% win rate, or like, no, 65. I think it's like 65% win rate. I can tell you exactly what this character needs. Hit me up. I got you guys. Mr. Fantastic, flexible elongation. The spell field increase from 2.5 to 5 meters. Now as a knockback effect, recharge time adjusted from 8 to 10 seconds. Okay. Brainiac bounce, damage increase from 50. Yeah, thank God. Energy cost increase from 2,800 to 3,400. New damage decay. Spell field damage starts decreasing at 3 meters, reaching 50% at 10 meters. Interesting Mr. F changes. Very weird character. There are some good players that play him and win. Very corny character. I'm not really sure what to think about him. We'll come back to that later. Moon Knight, Talon falling, his hands of Khonshu. Okay, so this is the ult. His falling speed got reduced. Damage trigger logic adjusted. Hit damage increased from, I like that. Moon Knight ult should not get nerfed. If you die to a Moon Knight ult, it's your fault, and we need some powerful DPS ults that are designed to kill through support ults. Game is miserable when nothing dies. Scarlet Witch, reality erasure. So she gains 100 bonus health when using a reality erasure, and bonus health decays at 50 per second after the ability ends. So essentially, you just get to get out for free, okay? They're trying to buff Witch's sustain. That is going to be a menace in low ranks. I don't think they should buff Witch. I don't. I think that's going to hurt low rank players quite a bit, but like she is, you know what? She is struggling. I think they're trying to bring the cast closer together in terms of strength. So I see why they would do it, actually. Spider-Man, web cluster, energized time reduced from 3 to 2.5 seconds. Yeah, Spidey definitely needs some buffs. Up his efficiency, and he's probably fine. You can let Spidey be more efficient because he just doesn't have the damage to kill things and follow up. So letting Spidey be more efficient, I think, is fine. I'd be okay with that because it doesn't change his lethality. Like, let him get more reps in. He's a hard-to-play hero. Like, let him get his reps in, you know? Star-Lord, rocket propulsion, max energy increase from 1,200 to 1,800. Yes! Nice. Star-Lord's one of my favorite DPS. I think he's super, super good. He's got an insane ult. I'm all in for Star-Lord buffs. Hell yes. Storm, Windblade, damage fall off at 30 meters, change from 70 to 60%. Weather control, Thunder, Storm's damage bonus, oh no, reduced from 16 to 12%. Ally damage bonus increase. Interesting. I'm not sure if I like that. She's a DPS character. I think her kit should be, you know, independent on that regard, but that's interesting. Weather control, enhanced Thunder. Storm's damage bonus reduced for, okay, so they nerfed both amps for Storm herself. Okay, I understand that, I guess. A slight nerfs to Storm. I'm not sure how much it's going to change. We'll see. Adam Warlock, damage increase 55 to 60 on Quantum Magic. Damage fall off at 40 meters, change from 50 to 60%. Soul Bond. Healing. Oh, no. 50% increase on the Soul Bond healing. That ability is already fucking insane against Dive. He's getting damage increases and regen over time increases for his team. Yeah, that's a big buff to Adam Warlock. Careful. Very sleeper character. Triple support with Adam can be nuts. Cloak and Dagger. Eternal Bond. Energy cost on the ult increased. Thank God, dude. Because Jesus Christ. Like, it's unbelievable how much that character builds their ult. Insane. insane. Healing per segment increased from 220 to 250 per second. You're healing an entire DPS health pool per second. Glad to know we can't kill through that. Duration reduced from 10 to 8. Nice. Pause time between segments reduced. Okay. Healing effect no longer stacks. Huge, but it doesn't really matter though, because again, you're still healing 250 health a second. Camera control unlocked during activation. Cool. Terracate. Vulnerability inflicted on enemies increased from 20% to 28%. I am glad to see some nerfs. I think this is about as much as it shouldn't get nuked, but these are solid nerfs to the build rate as well as the amount of healing and the duration, so you can actually wait it out. Okay, doable. Invisible Woman. Energy cost on the ult increased by 300. Slight nerf to her. Probably doesn't need too much, sure. Loki. Big buffs or big nerfs to Loki. Okay, makes sense. His ult was insane. So support ult nerfs to their build rates. Cool. Luna. Oh my god, to Luna as well. Luna got hit with it as well. There's gonna be way more windows in the neutral, and this is where Iron Fist can be good. If there is way less uptime on these support ults, you'll be able to create more kills in the neutral. I think this is very, very good for the game, and they're definitely going to need it. So, okay. Let's hit to the team-ups. All right. Atlas Bond. Oh, Iron Fist and Luna Snow. Okay, let's see. Increase the amount of Frozen Chief on healing from 50 to 75, and the slow effect on enemies. Okay. Iron Fist Luna Snow combo might be very good this season because people don't know about this team-up. It is so good against dive. It gives Luna an extra heal ability and knockback and slow on people by diving her. It's one of the best anti-dive abilities in the entire game. And I think it heals everybody around the Luna. So it's an instant no button that will change breakpoints against hard dive. The problem is there's not many Iron Fist players out there, so there aren't many Luna players who actually can get it. Magic Black Panther Psylocke. Reduce the rewind time for Psionic Disc from 5 to 3 seconds. Okay. Conversion ratio of lost health to blue armor increased from 0.5 to 0.8. Okay, so you get armor. I didn't know that. Reduce the rewind time for the Wakandan Master from 5 to 3 seconds. Conversion. So it's the same thing. So they rewind to 3 seconds in the past instead of 5, and they get more shields. Interesting. So they'll be closer to where they were in the fight. All right. Gamma. Reduce Unibeam, Gamma Overdrive from 220 to 200. Reduce Hulk's team up anchor health bonus. So, okay. They're nerfing Hulk Iron Man. And this is good because Hulk's just banned so much that, like, everyone just said that was the best team up in the game, that, like, it's just, you don't see it often. And I think there's other team ups that are as good now. So with Hulk being nerfed a little bit and Gamma being nerfed, you might not see it get banned as much, which is honestly a good change. Cloak and Dagger Moon Knight. Lunar Force, full moon. Continuously heals Moon Knight for 25 health per second. That's good. Moon Knight can hold his own angle now with that. That is so good. Moon Knight's so bad against dive. I think he's going to be really bad with the dive buffs, but that's actually a very, very good change for Moon Knight. Venom. Symbiote Bond. Reduce Spider-Man's suit expulsion duration from 4 to 1 second. Replace the 50% damage reduction effect with new invincibility. Spidey getting iframes on the combo is really good for him. Holy shit. Okay. Because you can use that. Now you can use that team up to dodge like Strange ult, Iron Man ult, like anything that could kill you or one-tap you. If you time it right, you're invincible. It's like a Star-Lord flick. Reduce Penny Parker's armor expulsion from 4 to 2 seconds. Replace the 50. Okay. So Penny also gets the iframes too. Interesting. Cool changes to the team up. Okay. What do I think of this patch? I see some things that make me nervous. The Atom buffs make me nervous. Support buffs always make me very nervous, but I think overall this is good. I'm very nervous about the Iron Fist ones. The changes this drastic to his kit show that they aren't entirely sure what his identity is yet, which is fine. But if I'm being honest with you, if they had just reduced the cooldowns on kick, like his damage like was already really bad, but his cooldowns were really high. So I would have just lowered his cooldowns. Like, and at the end of the day, this just puts his damage back where it usually would on tanks. Like, it puts it right back where it was on tanks. He's slightly tankier, and he gets more from his block. But his block cooldown still starts at 15 seconds, and if you don't have it, you can never be in the fight. So realistically, you just reduced my time to kill that was already one of the worst in the entire fucking game for an extra 1 or 2 punches in the fight, which if I'm lucky will save me 2 seconds of downtime on a 15-second cooldown. Panther Dash is 8 with better burst damage and better resets. Granted, he has much more finite cooldowns, but it's just like, I don't know. I'm gonna give this a whirl. I see the vision here, but I'm not sold on it. So yeah, that's my reaction to the patch notes. Thank you so much for watching. I think I give this patch, I'm nervous about Hawkeye buffs too and Widow buffs. This could get a little bit messy, but I'm hoping the dive buffs are enough to zone out the snipers. Thank you all for watching. Hit that sub button if you're new. Take care. Much love. Peace out.